Welcome to Arena in 30, powered by Spin Masters Arena Championship Series West with round 10 from Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas. Star-studded lineup here in the West Series, led by Weston Anderson, the three-time series champion and gravedigger, Cody Saucier, Corey Rummel, Tim Hall Jr., Ashley Sanford, Berto Trevino, Brianna Mahan, and Devin Winfield, all in action here in Wichita. There's your JCB Racing bracket in round one. Four great matchups. The winners move to the semifinal round. Let's kick it off. Let's go to the track here at Intrust Bank Arena. Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo, going to kick us off on one side of this track. She is met by Cody Saucier in Dragon. We get our first green light, and we are off and running in Wichita. Dragon off the chalk line out in front. And right at the halfway point, Dragon still with the lead. Brianna Mahan trying to make it work here. Goes out wide on this racetrack, and it is Cody Saucier in Dragon winning the first race of the day in Wichita. Dragon advances to the JCB Racing semifinal round. Next up in round one, Corey Rummel in Earthshaker. He is going to go up against Devin Winfield in Velociraptor. So an all-team throttle monster matchup. Devin Winfield with a great sophomore season, but it's Corey Rummel off the starting line. We're seeing that lane dominant so far here. Corey Rummel has the lead at the halfway point. Earthshaker trying to make that final corner. Goes out wide. Stays in the chalk line, but look at Devin Winfield on the far side of the track getting it done. Comes from behind and takes the win. Velociraptor moving on to the semis. Next up, Berto Trevino, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. He is going to go up against Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack, another Team Throttle Monster matchup in the all-blue Jurassic, and both off the line with great starts. Tim Hall Jr. with a nice drift corner, and Berto Trevino stays in the line as well. Out into that straightaway, Tim Hall Jr. slowing it down here, that final turn, and it is Berto Trevino taking advantage, never took his foot off the throttle. And Monster Mutt Rottweiler moving on. Our final round one matchup, Ashley Sanford and Megalodon, former Rookie of the Year, against the defending series champion Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. Gravedigger on the far side lane has the great start. Nice corner there, avoids a turning pot. About a half-truck length lead for Gravedigger, trying to finish off Megalodon. And never taking his foot off the gas. Gravedigger advancing. So Weston Anderson getting it done again here. And he is going to move on. Weston does have a racing win already on this track, and he's going to try for another one here. Dragon will meet Gravedigger. Velociraptor will meet Monster Mutt Rottweiler. The final two spots up for grabs. The trucks will move up to the pod. They will advance to the final round. Cody Saucier, Dragon, is up first, going up against Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. And here we go, Dragon with a nice start. Look at the turn from Cody Saucier. You got to be perfect to beat Weston Anderson. Gravedigger does have the lead. Again, Dragon with a nice corner, but Weston Anderson getting it done, stays nice and tight to that turning pod. That is the difference of Gravedigger moving on to the final round. One more matchup remains here in the semis. Berto Trevino, Monster Mutt Rottweiler going up against his teammate, Devin Winfield, Velociraptor. Velociraptor pulling up to the starting line as we await the green light. Here we go, Gravedigger up on the pod, awaiting the winner of this matchup. Monster Mutt Rottweiler has a slight lead here heading to that halfway point. Final quarter, this is where Devin Winfield won it last round. He's going to do it again as Velociraptor gets a come-from-behind victory. And Devin Winfield is moving on to the JCB Racing final round. He will meet Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. What a matchup this is going to be. Gravedigger, Velociraptor for the first 8 points of the day. In Wichita, Kansas, there he is, Devin Winfield, the former US HRA Tech official, against Weston Anderson, the former Monster Jam Rookie of the Year. Here we go, final round matchup. It's a great one. Velociraptor around that corner, but his Gravedigger with the lead. Final turn, look how early he starts to turn, and that is going to be the difference. Weston Anderson with another racing win in Wichita. Add that to the resume, and he's got the racing win, which means he's going to get 8 points. And Weston Anderson starting to celebrate here. A long way to go, though. Take a look at our first BKT point standings. 8 for Gravedigger, 7 Velociraptor, 4 for Dragon and Monster Mutt Rottweiler. The rest of the field has 2 points as we continue on with 3 competitions remaining in Wichita. We are just getting started here at Intrust Bank Arena. The action continues with the 2-wheel skills challenge next on Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. You're watching Arena 30 powered by Spin Masters Arena Championship Series West from Wichita. Next up is the two-wheel skills challenge. Each driver gets a chance to wow the crowd with a maneuver using only two wheels, and they get 2 attempts to do it. They're scored equally by fans and an expert judge on creativity, skill, and execution, as we see Cody Saucier and Dragon with a wheelie across the pod into a nose wheelie, into a moonwalk, right back to where he started, and he's not done yet. As the dirt falls away, right back on the wheelie bar, the Dragon is soaring here on the dirt with an incredible combo move there for Cody Saucier. Attempt number 2 goes for a bicycle right over the 8-pack, gets it up on the sidewall, is going to try to make the save. Runs out of room. 8.084 is the score for Dragon. Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack, he's made some serious leaps and bounds in this competition throughout his technically rookie season. Right up over the 8-pack, goes into a nose wheelie up on top of the pod. And now he's going to go to work balancing this 12,000-pound Triceratops on the edge of the pod and has to set it back down finally. And now Tim Hall Jr. again coming over, going for a popper. Gets a nice pop of those back 2 BKT tires. Catches the traction on the front 2 into a nose wheelie combination move. A lot of room to work with if he wants to make a moonwalk attempt here. Instead, he's going to edge it out to the lip. Now he's going back, and he's going to keep it right here. He's got 20 seconds on the clock to do whatever he wants with this truck. And now right up over the edge, rips it back down. 8.516 for Jurassic Attack. And a great second attempt for Tim Hall Jr. Here is Devin, Winfield, and Velociraptor for making the racing finals with a popper up on that tire stack. Now he's got Velociraptor right where he wants it, into the center of the pod. A lot of room to work with. Beautiful execution here for Devin Winfield. Keeps it into a stoppy formation. Edges it back into a nose wheelie combination move, into a moonwalk. Going to try to keep this thing going. Finally sets it back down. That is just attempt number 1. He gets one more popper attempt right here. Velociraptor up with the front 2 tires. And now Devin Winfield again. Beautiful execution as he continues to maintain balance on this truck. I can't even tell you the kind of power these trucks have, and for the skill and execution Devin Winfield has right now. Throwing the steering wheel out the window. Shades of his former roommate Dalton Widener on the Stadium Series. Getting it done. Finally ends it. Picks up the steering wheel and picks up a 9.053. Weston Anderson Gravedigger goes for a popper here. And he's got the black and green wrecking machine right down on that edge, the lip of the pod, going into a moonwalk combination move. Red headlights staring down the pod here at Intrust Bank Arena. Now brings it back down again. That is attempt number 1. Moonwalk combination move. I don't know how he got that. And then into a wheelie up over the tire stack. Finally sets it down on all 4 BKT tires. That is just attempt number 1. He gets another one right here on the tire stack. The 8-pack goes up into a 1-wheel wheelie. And now he moves it back into a moonwalk. Weston Anderson now trying to win this competition. He won the JCB Racing competition. Edges it right down that ramp. Absolute complete control for the former Monster Jam Rookie of the Year, the youngest son of the icon, Dennis Anderson. Maybe even better than his dad right now in this competition. Bounces it back up again, trying for a moonwalk. 9.625. And Weston Anderson doubles down, winning his second competition of the day. He's got 16 points to top our BKT leaderboard. Velociraptor with 14, Dragon with 9, Jurassic Attack with 8, and Monster Mutt Rottweiler with 7. Rounds out the top 5. We're halfway through the competitions in Wichita. It's been all Weston Anderson. Will Gravedigger continue dominating? Find out next on Arena 30, powered by Spin Master. We are back in Wichita with Arena 30 powered by Spin Master. Next up at the Sky Wheelie competition. To win this competition, drivers will have to conquer the laws of physics, achieve the best vertical position, and height to best their fellow competitors. And here we are right away with Weston Anderson and Gravedigger looking for win number 3 on the day. Beautiful Sky Wheelie, bounces on the back 2 wheels, drags the wheelie bar, and the Gravedigger flag across the pod. 8.145 is the score for Gravedigger. Looking for a 9 there, not going to get it. Maybe Tim Hall Jr. with some better luck. Jurassic Attack goes up. Beautiful sky wheelie on the pogo bounce off the back to BKT's modified slap wheelie combo on the landing. 8.295 for Tim Hall Jr. He's putting together a solid day so far. Ashley Sanford in Megalodon. Big time sky wheelie, biggest air of the competition. End over end, trying to get a nose wheelie combination move. And Ashley Sanford in Megalodon gets an 8.517. And finally, Brianna Mahan getting a lot of room here in Scooby-Doo. She comes in with some nice momentum. Brake check sky wheelie on that one. And then ends up down on the 4 BKTs. 8.701 for Scooby-Doo. Gets Brianna Mahan her first win of the day. And so Brianna Mahan now on the board, celebrating all the track as we celebrate with our BKT leaderboard. 21 for Gravedigger, 18 for Velociraptor, 14 for Jurassic Attack, 13 for Megalodon, and 12 each for Scooby-Doo and Dragon. That brings us to the final competition of the day. Freestyle drivers get 60 seconds on the clock, 15 seconds to qualify for a score. Fans want to see that wow fact. You got the expert judge in play as well, and you got to be creative using all 6 sides of this pod. So here's Corey Rummel in Earthshaker out of North Jackson, Ohio, the longtime Team Scream Racing member, now riding for Team Throttle Monster. Nice combination move there on the catch into a moonwalk back up onto the pod. The former Extreme Air Award winner, former Technician of the Year as well. Corey Rummel's done a lot of amazing things in Monster Jam. Stepped away from Team Scream, thought he was going to take some time off. Got the call from Mike Christensen and Paul Jensen out in Utah with Team Throttle Monster, now driving this Earthshaker truck on Arena Championship Series West. A lot of drivers don't like leading off the freestyle competition. Corey Rummel's a driver that does not care where he's at in the order. He's going to give it everything he's got. And he just gave you a good one here. Here's the super glue glued to the action replay for Earthshaker, the brake check on the big air. 6.773 for Corey Rummel to start us off here in Wichita. That brings us to Berto Trevino and Monster Mutt Rottweiler, the second-year pro out of Corpus Christi, Texas, another member of Team Throttle Monster. That is what this West Series is all about. It's the Team Throttle Monster Tour with 4 trucks here, all trying to be the best here. And you got 4 great athletes in that trailer out of Ogden, Utah, riding for that team. Berto Trevino, no different here. The former pro skateboarder trying to get an event championship win here in Wichita, trying to get a freestyle win as Monster Mutt Rottweiler guiding the dog pound along with Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. From side to side, Monster Mutt Rottweiler now over that single log jump, coming over the tire stack, the brake check. You see that used to be the 8-pack. Now we have another obstacle on the other side of the track. That is more of the backflip ramp, but still 8 tires buried into that pod. Give you some nice sky wheelies, and that'll do it for Berto Trevino. Here's the original super glue glued to the action replay. There's the big jump here, almost clearing the pod. Bounces a nice 7.341 is the score from Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Coming up next, more freestyle. The Princess of Carnage in action, Dragon as well, as we close it out here in Wichita on Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. We are back with more Arena in 30 powered by Spin Master. You're watching Arena Championship Series West from Wichita, Kansas. And next up, it's the Princess of Carnage, Brianna Mahan in Scooby-Doo. Brianna with a lot of stadium and arena freestyle wins in her career, trying to add another one right here. As she chops away, stays in the boundary line. Now comes back over to the center ramp. Brake check, nearly clears the pod again, building up some momentum. As you see the way Brianna Mahan hits these jumps better than anybody else right now tonight so far, as she continues to ride that throttle, ride the momentum into a bicycle here, and this time goes for a stoppy attempt, trying to make the save. And just came in a little too hot here and maybe paid off in the end, though, with that score, 8.248. And Brianna Mahan is a new leader in Scooby-Doo. Again, just hitting those jumps harder than anybody so far tonight. That gets her the lead. Now Cody Saucier, Dragon, shedding the back end of that Dragon body. He is going to try to win this freestyle competition. One of the best drivers to ever strap in on an arena series, Cody Saucier, at it again. Now Dragon going from the right side of the track to the left. Nice brake check, end over end. Gets the front two BKT tires down to maintain momentum. This time coming in from one side to the other. Just going to go crisscross all throughout this track here in Wichita. And then a vertical sky wheelie brake check again, shredding that Dragon body that's sitting on top of the pod. We got a backflip attempt here from Cody Saucier. He pushes off brake check, gets a bounce on the front two tires, and he's going to land the Cody Saucier coming back again, this time with a wheelie combination move across the pod, and that'll finally do it. The original super glue glued to the action replay. Check out the backflip, check out the push off, and check out the score. 9.668. Our new freestyle leader, Cody Saucier. Dragon. Next up out of Cadillac, Michigan, Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack. The blue Jurassic Attack body not to be confused with the green truck Dalton Weiner drives on the Stadium Series. This one you see the blue LED lights on the undercarriage. Tim Hall Jr. in his rookie season with Team Throttle Monster. Even though he's technically a rookie in Monster Game, he's been around the sport for a long time, and it's shown this year. He has had a great climb from the first week of the season now as we reach the midway point. Catches it on the back to you over the log jump there. Tim Hall Jr. Jurassic Attack building that momentum here. Comes back down straight over, looking for a combination move here. Shades of skills, not going to get much there. The dirt a little tacky here in Wichita. We're seeing that come into play as each truck in this freestyle competition continues to just shred that pod and roost the dirt a little bit. So as you get back up in the lineup, it continues to get a little tougher. Sky Wheelie there for Tim Hall Jr. Now bicycle attempt here for Jurassic Attack. Doesn't have to get on the sidewall. Is able to keep it in bounds, and that'll do it. Here's the original super glue glued to the action replay. Sky Wheelie brake check for Tim Hall Jr. Nice landing, 8.039, but Dragon maintains the lead in our freestyle competition. Next up out of Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Devin Winfield in Velociraptor. He has a shot at the overall event championship today here. Trails the event lead by 3. Weston Anderson coming into freestyle is our current event leader, but taking the freestyle lead going to be a tough task for Devin Winfield, but it could put him in the spot to win the event championship. Now Velociraptor end over end, nice momentum, slap wheelie bounce, keeps it up and is able to make the save on the back end all the way on the far side of the track. This time going for a technical move, a combination move for a stop. He can't get the dirt to add up and agree with him. This time instead he's going to go for a sky wheelie combination move. Velociraptor swings back around. Devin Winfield now going to the other side of the track for a bicycle attempt. We've seen this a few times so far. Not much there for Devin, but he's going to maintain that speed, try to bring Velociraptor back around this time to the other side. Big time popper. And he's got some smoke coming out of the truck, and that is going to do it for Velociraptor. Just puts the transmission a little too hard. 8.657 as we look at the original super glue glued to the action replay. So a great run by Devin Winfield, not enough to take the lead as Velociraptor now gets towed to the back here at Intrust Bank Arena. Here's Ashley Sanford in Megalodon out of Fullerton, California. She has 2 freestyle wins in this building already, trying to make it a hat trick. One of the most charismatic superstars in Monster Jam stormed onto the scene, winning co-rookie of the year. And she has not missed a beat at all on this Megalodon team. One side of the track to the other. Methodical is Megalodon right now. This time Ashley Sanford goes up with some big air, perhaps the biggest air of the freestyle competition. Sans the backflip we saw. We'll see if Ashley Sanford gives that a go here. And now Megalodon spins back around, up over the log stack. Vertical sky wheelie ends up bouncing it on the back two BKT tires, able to maintain it across the pod. Keeps that momentum going. Now right up over that center ramp. Nice length on the truck there across that jump. And just hitting everything she can right now, trying to take the lead away from Dragon. And that'll do it. Here's the original super glue glued to the action replay. Ashley Sanford, biggest air of the day so far. 8.004 is the score from Megalodon. And crowd letting her hear it here, but Dragon still has the lead. One more competitor to go. It's the current overall event leader. It's Weston Anderson, Gravedigger, taking his time, going for a popper to start the freestyle run. Weston Anderson trying to win another event championship in Wichita. Will be his third straight win if he can make it happen. Comes in with a 3-point lead over Devin, Winfield. The score to beat Dragon, 9.668 from Cody Saucier. Big time brake check on the air, up over the log stack. Again, modified brake check, comes down on one wheel. And now tries to edge his way around Megalodon. On 3 wheels, this Gravedigger up over that tire stack, just cross-threading that ragged edge Gravedigger style that Dennis Anderson invented. We see Adam, Ryan, Kristen using it. Weston may have perfected it, as he is now trying for 4 straight series championships to start his career. Here comes Gravedigger again. Big time air. That is the biggest air of the day in Wichita, and it shows. Weston Anderson means business. He is coming for the overall event championship. Corkscrews his way off the pod again, maintaining balance and keeping the save. What a move by Weston Anderson into a donut. That front right wheel is done. Broken planetary doesn't matter at all. Check out the original super glue. Glued to the action replay. Soaring across Wichita. Not going to get the freestyle win. That'll go to Cody Saucier and Dragon, but it doesn't matter. What a run. What a day for Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. Dragon gets a freestyle win. Weston gets the overall event win with 28 points, 24 for Velociraptor, 20 for Dragon, 18 for Jurassic Attack, 17 for Scooby-Doo. So Weston pulls off the hat trick in Wichita with his 3rd straight overall event win. Now we head to the track with Weston Anderson and Taylor Burrell, our champion, in this Northern Tool and Equipment Pit Report.
Weston Anderson, as we were in the back there, a few of your competitors noticed, sometimes you start out a freestyle very slow and unassuming, but then when you get it into high gear, it's no turning back.
Man, I got to blame it on this guy right here. He told me right before that freestyle run, he said, you know what? These fans, they spend their hard-earned money to come out here. You better give them a Gravedigger freestyle run. And, hey, I like to believe we gave him just that, baby.
You definitely did. And like he said, Chandler, I was right there next to you as you were telling him what to do, when to do. Where does that talent come from?
Hey, I just know what to look for. But I make sure that truck is 100% every time it hits track. That way he can do that every city, every chance he can.
It's the last event here in Wichita. What do you have to say to these fans here?
Man, these fans, even all the fans all over the world, they've supported Team Gravedigger for 44 years, man. Hopefully for 44 more. And I know all you old heads in the crowd will like this one. I want to thank you guys for every nut and bolt on my truck and every shingle on my roof, baby. That was Monster Jam!
Quoting the legendary icon Dennis Anderson, the domination continues out west for Weston Anderson and Chandler West as they continue on a quest for another series championship. What a wild ride in Wichita. Highlights ensued in all 4 competitions, but in the end, it's the Black and Green Wrecking Machine Gravedigger getting it done on Arena Championship Series West. We will have more coverage of this series and the East and Central all season long. That is it from Wichita. Thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Jordan. I'll see you right here next time on Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master.